Lynchy, it was a big weekend, back-to-back games against the Kestrels, and we came away with maximum points. Delighted with that?
You can't argue, can you? There was just points in the game where we weren't happy about the way we were playing, but yeah, to go back-to-back games against one of your biggest rivals and to come away with 4 points, you've got to be happy with that, yeah.
And once again, as we always know, both games they proved to be very tight affairs. None more so Saturday night, a 6-5 victory after penalty shots. How would you sum up that game?
I thought for the most part of the game we played very well, but just kept switching off from time to time, and we kind of gave them their goals, which was a little bit frustrating. We were working hard to score ourselves, and every time we seem to put the puck in the net, we'd have a little lapse for a second or two, which usually resulted in a goal against us, which was just, like I say, frustrating. But I thought over the course of the game, I thought we played pretty well. I thought we probably deserved to win, although in all honesty, the Kestrels coaches probably went away at the end of that game feeling they deserved something more from it as well. So we'll take it. It wasn't perfect, but we'll take it. It was entertaining.
And it went to penalty shots, as everybody knows, and it's always a lottery when it goes to that. But credit to Ben Keddy, he came up big and he saved all the penalties, and he made a wonder save.
Yeah, and the immortal words of Roy Keane, that's his job. But no, yeah, there was that one save he made where, for a split second it looked like the guy had walked around him and was going to put it in the net, and I think that would have been the winning goal, maybe, I'm not sure. Anyway, I was pretty sure that he was going to put that away, and Ben just, still not sure what he did, but yeah, it was a great save.
I don't think he knows what he did. I spoke to him after the game and he was like, I think I just got lucky.
Just blanked out.
So it was very close to 1,500 fans here in the building on Saturday night. I always think that, at times this roar when we scored and that can't get any louder, but that penalty when Sean scored, I thought the roof was going to come off the building.
It was noisy, yeah, it was really noisy from start to finish actually. It was a great crowd in here on Saturday night. I was surprised when to hear it was only just under 1,500. I actually thought it was a little bit more than that, but yeah, as usual, we've got great fans. They played their part and they definitely helped us get over the line.
And then Sunday night, we headed over to Kirkcaldy. We went behind in the first period, but we had an unreal, 8 minutes or so at the start of the second, and we scored 5 goals. It turned the game around.
Yeah, I wasn't too concerned about being 1-0 down at the end of the first period because I thought we played really well. We just couldn't put the puck in the net, in all honesty. But we said that to the guys in between the first and second, that don't panic. It was probably the first period on Sunday was probably a better period than any of the 3 we played on Saturday night. In all honesty, we did everything right, bar score a goal. So we weren't worried. And then we came out in the second and had a great sort of 8-9 minute spell where we had a 5-on-3 I think to start the period, which got the ball rolling, and we just didn't let up from there in the second period. It was probably our best period of the season to date so far.
Are we happy more on Sunday as a whole defensively compared to Saturday night?
Yeah, apart from at the end of the second period, we kind of said we've built a 5-1 lead for a reason, because we're the way we're playing is the way Chad and I are asking the guys to play week in, week out, which they did for fantastically well for 20 minutes in the second period. We said don't change anything, and we gave up 2 goals quickly in the start of the third because guys just switched off. So that's a frustrating thing that we have to work on. That maybe the mental side of things more than the physical. But over the course, once we had a sort of little 5-minute blip in that third period, I thought we did a really good job closing the game out. So, yeah, good weekend all round.
And it was also vital that we didn't lose any ground early on, wasn't it? Because we have got a really big period coming up in October.
Yeah, it was vital for a lot of reasons. Yeah, like you say, we don't want to lose ground because we've played less games than everyone else already. We don't want to find ourselves too far behind and having to chase like we've had to do in the past. It was also vital because they're one of our biggest rivals. We play them 10, 12 times a year sometimes. It was important that we put a marker down for the rest of the season, because everybody knows Kirkcaldy. They give us their best. They try probably twice as hard against us as they do anybody else. They'll go up to Aberdeen and they'll go up to Dundee and they'll lie on their backs and get their tummies tickled sometimes. But they always give us their absolute best. So it was important for a lot of reasons that we had a really, really solid weekend, and we did. We had that.
So Paisley come to Murrayfield this Saturday. We faced them in pre-season, but I think they've made a couple of good additions since then. What are you expecting for that on Saturday night?
I expect a hard game. Paisley are another team that make life difficult. They work extremely hard and they're well organised. They're well drilled. They've added a couple of guys. Craig Peacock will no doubt make a quite a big difference to that team. It'll be a challenge, but it's one that we're going to be up for, and we go in with some confidence after the 2 results we had at the weekend there.
And also on Saturday night there, one of the other 15-year-olds, Justin Finnegan, he made his debut with the team. He was only got 1 shift, but it was a tight game. You were probably not able to get him out there as much, but it was good to see that, like Charlie, was it 2 weeks before? It was good to see him.
It's great to get another kid from the juniors into the Capitals. We're trying really hard to progress 3 or 4 of these kids that we're working with. Justin's the second one this year that's come in and played his debut. Yeah, he didn't get a lot of ice time, but it was a tough game. There was never more than a goal in it, so we didn't have the luxury of being able to throw him out 2 or 3 shifts in a period or something like that. But he spent his first night, his first game night here in Edinburgh. It's the first time he's been on the ice in front of a crowd like that, with the boys in the dressing room before the game and warm up and things like that. It's all part of Justin and Charlie's education, and their development. So hopefully we'll get a few more opportunities throughout the course of the season to give these guys some valuable ice time.
And as I said, we've got a busy period coming up, a lot of tough games in that October. But you and the boys will be hoping for, like crowds like that on Saturday night coming every week.
It definitely helps us. It absolutely helps us. Sometimes it helps the other team as well, because some other teams don't play in front of crowds like that, and they get a little lift when they come out on the ice here in Murrayfield. But no, it definitely gives us a lift. And once they start making noise, they're fantastic. And we can't ask for any more of our fans ever. They do everything they can to help us over the line at times, and they've probably won some points for us themselves sometimes over the last 2 or 3 years. So you're right, October is going to be a challenge. It's going to be a tough schedule, and we're going to need them every step of the way.
Brilliant. Well, good luck on Saturday, and we'll catch up next week.
Okay, cheers Mark.
Joe, we knew it was going to be a tough weekend against the Kestrels, but we picked up the 4 points. You and the boys, you must be buzzing with that.
Aye, definitely. We set a goal on the Saturday night just to get the 2 points and worry about the Sunday game when it comes. When Sunday rolled around, we got the 2 points in the bag and 4-point weekend, which is a great start for us.
So we'll look back on Saturday night, first of all. Personally for yourself, you got 5 goals. Was it just one of the nights you felt everything was going for you?
Aye, like I say, I didn't like the way I performed against Saul, even though I think I had a goal and 2 assists. I didn't think I played very well, and good to get 5 goals and get myself off and running.
And as a team, we kept going in front on Saturday, and the Kestrels kept pegging us back. Is that frustrating, putting that hard work in, getting goals, and maybe giving away cheap goals, letting them back in yet?
Aye, definitely. Credit to Kestrels, obviously. We went 5-3 up, we thought we won the game, and then they get 2 goals, take us to OT and take us up to penalty shots. But we got to know when we're 5-3 up, we got to close that game off.
And as you mentioned there, it went to penalty shots. I kind of felt we were going to be here all night and nobody was ever going to score.
Like I say, it was just one of those games where there was next man up, and I think Connor didn't score, then Robbo didn't score, and then it was a tough game. And
then Benny came up massive in the shoot, and that save was something else.
Like I say, I don't know what to say. I've known Ben for ages, and some of the saves he pulls out is unbelievable. So when he goes in the net for penalty shots, even if Titch goes in the net for penalty shots, we've got fully confidence in them.
I think everybody in the crowd as well thought it was going to be a goal, But
well, I say, looking back on the replay, I think it was George McCaffrey took the shot right around the keeper. It was a really good move, to be fair, and then Ben just out of nowhere, to be fair. Credit to him.
So then we went over to Kirkcaldy on Sunday night. It was another battle, but we had a great 10-minute spell at the start of the second that kind of turned the game on its head.
Aye, definitely. I think we got a 4-minute PP at the start of the second when we got 2 goals right off the run, and I think after that we just can't be stopped when we get goals like that. I think we had 5 goals in 10 minutes. That's easy money.
And as a whole, do you feel we defended a bit better on Sunday night compared to Saturday?
I think like Scott Gerris, Ben Coffey had some really, really good blocks. Rehard, Sean, Cammy, they were playing really good defence. Everyone played well, solid defensively. We played better as a unit on Sunday, I would say.
So this Saturday, we're at home to the Paisley Pirates, another team that, on their day, they can beat any team in this league. What do we need to do on Saturday to be successful against them?
They set a tone at the start of every game. Their compete level is very high, so we've got to match their compete level, and hopefully our talent just takes over.
And they've brought in a couple of new faces since pre-season when we faced them, but these games are always feisty affairs with the Pirates, aren't they?
Like I say, Paisley are a really good team to play against. They are the definition of they won't stop. If you could be 5-0 up on them, they will still be going pucks and deep and forechecks, so we've got to match that energy.
It was another big crowd on Saturday night. I think we were close to 1,500 fans in the building. You'll be hoping for more of the same of that this weekend?
Definitely, I think the crowd always helps us when in the big games, hearing their support from behind us. So hopefully see more of them Caps fans come along to the games during the season.
Brilliant, Joe. Well, all the best on Saturday, and we'll catch up through the season.
Perfect, thank you.